fantastic sucker-free Saturday NIGHT. Yeah, with a tip. How y'all doing out there? Me, I'm absolutely fabulous. Having a great time with myself. Been doing a lot of research. Been working on different software applications. Trying to make the material better for the viewers that's out there in YOUTUBE and across other social media platforms. Trying to make myself a success. What about you? Yeah. If you're not trying to make a success of yourself, go stand over there by Walgreens. Get a grip on life. Get a grip on yourself and what's going on in the WORLD. Now, I know that I may be a little bit slow, I'm sort of old school and everything. But the madness that is going on here in the city of Chicago is absolutely crazy. Here it is. You have family, meaning children, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, grandmothers, grandfathers, all downtown Chicago. Yeah, but what happens? Right before they're going to light the Christmas tree, shots rang out. Chaka, chaka, chaka. Shots rang out, leaving one dead and like 7 others injured during these holiday seasons. Chicago, has the crime rate really gone down? Yes. Or at least that's what they're reporting. Crime rate is down. But when you have people being set on fire, people being robbed every day on the red line or getting killed or end up dead on the blue line every other day, every other day. Now, you got other lines of L's, meaning transportation, here in the city of Chicago. You got the blue line, red line, purple line, green line, brown line, pink line. And it seems to me that the hottest lines in regards to public transportation is on the L's, aka trains, the blue line and the red line. But getting back to this Chicago shooting downtown, started on State Street. Hey, what's going on out there? And for all of you that's out there in the chat room, I want to say thank you for being here because you could have been doing something else with someone else or even by yourself. 100, because sometimes I have the best party by myself. What about you? And if this is your first time watching this channel, I ask that you press the subscribe button, hit the notification bell and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos here on YOUTUBE. Yeah, now let's get back to this Chicago nastiness, this Chicago evilness, this Chicago cancerousness, crime, violence, death, no value for life. Here in the Big Windy, there's no value for life here in Chicago. Hope you all understand that. I want to send shots out to everybody in the chat room. Yeah, 100. But like I said, when you ride those red lines, blue lines, trains, be careful out there. You can get pushed on the tracks. You can get stabbed on the train. You can get robbed on the train. You can get shot on the train. You can get raped on the train. You can just be dead on the train. Yeah, just dead. Yeah, at the O'Hare airport stop. Damn. Now these people that was shot downtown in Chicago, they weren't anticipating that. Neither was anybody else. But when you have a crowd over 300 people, most of them teens, you know something is going to jump off, especially in today's society. They call me old school, aka Musa. That's what they call me. They say that I'm more analog than digital. But it seems to me that the digital age is costing us lives from the projections that they put in your mind. I can be wrong. I'm never always right, and neither are you. And neither are you. But I hope you grasp the concept. Okay? No need to get off into that. Because if I really have to break that down for you, that means that we are not on the same level of intelligence. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying we're not on the same level of intelligence when I have to explain to you that 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm just saying. Nowhere safe in the city of Chicago. But not only did we have this shooting in Chicago that started on State Street, that ended up on Adams and Dearborn, which a couple of days ago, I was right down the street, right there on Harrison and Dearborn. Yeah, 100. I'm glad that I got out of there before this happened. Madness is occurring. I don't care what city and state that you are from. Hell, they even had a shooting in North Carolina on the same day in regards to the Christmas tree. Is that the way that people is supposed to be celebrating the holidays? Is that the way that they are supposed to be celebrating their what they call Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? The only Lord and Savior that I know is myself. Anybody else can be an extended hand, but never could they be my Lord and Savior. You have to be your own Lord and Savior out here. You have all of the crime, robberies, carjackings, bank robberies, grand auto thefts, murders. And people want me to talk about religion. I can't do that. Not religion. However, you may see Minister Louis Farrakhan on this channel, and I'm going to end out the year with Minister Louis Farrakhan because next year is going to be a BANG. Yeah. Sometimes you have to sit back. I don't have to upload a video every day. It takes time for certain concepts, for certain ideas, for certain editing. It takes time. Now me, I'm not competing with anybody on YouTube. But I do know that there are competitors. Okay. Whatever level that your talent takes you to, let it take you that, to that level. I'm not a hater. In fact, about it, before we get back on Chicago and crime and violence and moving further on with the topic of this LIVE, I want to say this. YouTube, I'm going to sit back. You all know that there is not a lot of things right. And you all know that there is not a lot of things that's fair. I'm not your enemy. Let's not fight, YouTube. Let's not fight. I wave my white flag in the sense of growing up on YouTube, because social media can place you beyond yourself sometimes. But thank you, whomever it was behind the curtains. Thank you for pulling my coattail. Thank you. But moving right along. With all of this violence that we have going on in Chicago and North Carolina with these shootings, and in North Carolina, I believe it was just 4 people that was shot, no one dead. But here in Chicago, we got 1 dead. Christmas, huh? That's a whole nother topic. We're not going to get into that. But we will continue on violence. Have you all heard the violent rhetoric that Donald Trump has been spreading? He's been spreading violent rhetoric in regards to death threats to some people, meaning politicians in Congress, should be DEAD, dead. That's what Donald Trump said. What do you all think about that? Do you think that the government, do you think that the President of the United States of America should be sending out death threats to the Congress of the United States of America? Death threats. Those who are the ops. And if you don't know what ops is, it means opposition. It means adversary. It means the enemy. Now, you mean to tell me, I guess you do have enemies in regards to the hierarchy who runs this country, but you would think that they would be for the betterment of the people. Would you think not? But Donald Trump is not for the betterment of the people. Donald Trump is full of lies, deceitfulness, evilness, hatred, bigotry. This is the president that you voted for, Donald Trump. Donald Trump has made it so bad that even Marjorie Taylor Greene has put her letter of resignation in. And she's a white girl. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a Republican. But she got death threats. When she got those death threats, oh, she began to running the other way. Oh, let me go this way. I don't want to deal with this. I can't handle this. I have a husband. I have a child or children. But you're working for Donald Trump, but yet you're trying to expose him. What did you think was going to happen? I'm just saying. Now, when you have people of the same party resigning, putting in their letters of resignation that's in the same party, you know that there is a power struggle within, and they are not taking any shorts. They are not taking any other mindset than that which is the mindset of the cult leader of this country, Donald Trump. What y'all say about that? She didn't resign for any other reason. It was the Epstein files. Yeah, the Epstein files. A couple of weeks away from being revealed to America and I guess to the world, seeing that the information would be online, but you know that it is tainted and it doesn't present the full truth. I guess you have to read the writing on the wall or get with the group and discuss the situation and see what a conglomerate of minds come up with. Just like they have think tanks. Yeah, I always get caught with that word. Think tanks. That's working on you, that's working on me, that is working on the American citizens all day, every day. Yeah. Mhm. Donald Trump. Should Donald Trump be impeached with the death threats that he has made to the politicians of this country? Do you think he should be impeached? In fact, about it, why hasn't he been impeached already? You have the Supreme Court blocking, which they rightfully should. But even though he got them in the pocket, right? Because he gave them their jobs. So he got them in their pocket. Despite the fact that federal judges, not the Supreme Court judges, but federal judges have blocked not all of the, but some of the ideas and applications that he wanted to put forward. Do you think that those federal judges were wrong for opposing Donald Trump and his madness? Hey, we got to have some balance around here. Even though it has never been balanced, we don't have that, balance scaled here. But balance is to come shortly. Because when you have a people who are 100% dissatisfied, change will come. Are you ready for that change? Are you ready to impeach Donald Trump? Do you agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene for retiring? Do you think that her life was in danger? Do you think her life was really in danger? Not the lily privileged white girl, the MAGA lover, the Donald Trump lover. Do you think so? I don't know. Because on the other side of this stick, you have Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, you know that representative from Texas, the black woman? Yeah, Jasmine Crockett. Uh-huh. Not only did she receive a death threat, she received the death threat personally in her office in D.C. Who would do such a thing except the devil? To Jasmine Crockett, who speaks for all people in America, not just black people, you see. But she was threatened by a Caucasian man, member of some right-wing Ku Klux Klan, white supremacy man. Even throwed up the gang signs. Yeah! To her office. How much disrespect is that? Donald Trump is at the helm of political assassination. And all of this is coming about since his administration. Think about it within the last 20 years. I mean, Obama, Barack Obama, yeah, He had haters too. And speaking of Barack Obama, you know that Fuji's guy, Daz, Prez, yeah, Daz Michaels, yeah, just got 14 years for illegal contributions to the Barack Obama campaign. And I just had to get that out there because we're speaking about political figures, and Barack Obama is a political figure. He was the president at one point, and even he got dirt on him. But some people have more dirt than others. How much dirt do you think that people got on Donald Trump besides Epstein? Is Donald Trump a dirt president? Is he just dirt? Can you respect him for being truthful? Is he just a white supremacy? Is he a KKK man? Does he speak truth for America? Is he not prejudiced? Is he not a racist? I mean, leave your comments in the comment section. Everybody has different opinions, different perspectives, different answers. Yes, different perspectives. But being the president of the United States of America does not mean that you have the power to just call for the death and the assassination of people. Hell, Donald Trump, didn't someone try to kill you like 2 or 3 times? So you understand what assassination attempts are like, or if someone calls death on your life, or was it a setup in your situation? Was it all a setup in Donald Trump situation, seeing that he don't understand making death threats is serious? In fact, about it, if I took my black ass to court right now for threatening someone, they would place me in jail. Would that be correct? I'm just saying. Because when you threaten someone, you become a threat to not only the individual that you are threatening, hell, they label you a threat to society, at least if you look like me. Would that be true? I'm just saying. I do not need your verification to tell me that I'm right. I don't need that. Truth does not need to be verified by falsehood. I'm just saying. My perspective, but it is truth. Hands down. Yeah. Made the white girl resign and Jasmine Crockett receiving death threats in her office. Do you think the person who gave those death threats right there in her office in DC, do you think he would be jailed for 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, 5 years? Do you think he would get probation? I'm just saying. What do you think? Or what is the value of threatening a black woman who's in position in Congress and you threaten her with a Caucasian male? What's the value of that? What's the price of that? What should be the consequence of that? Do you think justice will be served? I'm sure that she is pushing to the full extent of the law, seeing that she's a lawyer and everything. Yeah, cook his ass. Cook his ass. What you all think? Do you think he deserved to be cooked? Yeah, I think he deserved to be cooked. Yeah. The country that we live in is full of racism, full of division. And I don't care what city and state you from. If you look like me, there's division. If you look like you a Chinese, it's division. If you look like you a Mexican, it's division. Now, I will tell you this. One of the most diverse cities that I've stayed in is New York City. I mean, you got all different type of people. You don't know who you're gonna run into, who's gonna be your neighbor. I guess it depends upon the level of income that you have. I guess that would be anywhere, right? But never in my life would I have thought that I would see all of these different backgrounds of the people staying in the same building. Yeah, you just don't have people who look like me that that live in the same building. You got people who look like me. You got white people. You got Chinese people, Guatemalans, all in the same building. But seeing that they let all of these immigrants come over here, well, I guess that has changed since the time that I've lived in New York City. It's a wild one. The great melting pot here in America. But not only that, not only is it the great melting pot of backgrounds of people, meaning color, there are different ethnicities and backgrounds of people in religion. I was asked to talk about religion about 2 days ago. They like, what's up with Minister Louis Farrakhan? And we got that smoke. Yeah, that smoke and that smoke. Yeah, because I know y'all be smoking out there. So while y'all smoking out there, smoke up here with us, okay? We got a lot of stuff coming up by the minister. We ain't done with that yet whatsoever. None. We're finishing out strong with Minister Louis Farrakhan. Yeah. But religion, it's hard to propagate religion when you've been to college. It's hard to propagate religion when you have studied a number of religions and have been a part of many religions, and they're all the same. One day I'm just going to do a video on religion. But religion divides people. Religion should bring people together, but religion divides people. I'm keeping it a buck. But we got a new Farrakhan. Why Farrakhan? Why not Dr. John Henry Clark? Why not Dr. Ben Johannan? Why not Dr. Amos Wilson? Why not Dr. John Jackson? All of these people are coming up. All of these people are coming up. Why not Dr. Walter Williams? We got all of that coming up. I've been rolling on We Got That Smoke for over a year now. But mainly it's been Minister Louis Farrakhan because, as I stated in one of my lives previously to this, that is the last black man in America that you will see like that. And he's my teacher. At least one of them. Because everybody else that I mentioned to is my teacher as well. Oh, we'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. I got things already set up in my laptop. But sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you can't do 100% full work all the time. Sometimes you have to step back to a 90%. And for all of you who work a 9 to 5, you know exactly what I mean. And YouTube is work. YouTube is not some easy thing to do consistently. It's not. Not to mention all of the obstacles and flags that you may encounter along your way. And YouTube have traps. You know, like the trap house, they got traps waiting for you to fall in. So think before you say something. Because me personally, I really want peace with YouTube. I don't have no beef with YouTube. I may hate some of the things they do, and I feel the way that I feel because of what they do. But had it not been for YouTube, I probably would not have this platform to be talking on. So I'm not going to speak bad about YouTube no more. I'm not going to talk about my numbers, how I feel you cheated me, and no, because after further observation, I got a long way to go. I got a long way to go. Well, you know. And if this is your first time watching this channel, I ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, coworkers, anyone that you come to contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your CONVERSATION. Smash the subscribe button if you want to support this channel. Smash the subscribe button. But not only going back to the subject without moving around all over here, should have been called chopping it up. But needless to say, with all of this Donald Trump, white supremacy, Black America still has a problem of their own that we must face and correct. But you must remember that we were engineered socially this way. You have to understand that we were socially engineered this way, which makes it hard for people who have different IQ levels, which we'll get to in a minute. I couldn't fit it all in the title, but I got to get it off my chest, okay? Religion, because I did mention that, and how you're going to be your own savior, and I begin to talk about Black America. You're your own savior. Who gave you religion? Who gave you religion? And what kills me about religion and people who are authoritative figures that they give you, because many people who look like me, they've already killed off everybody that looks like you that was important for people who look like you and for humanity. See, most of the time when you have people who look like me that are leaders, they just not for people who look like me, they are for humanity. But there are a lot of humanity. Yes, there are a lot of people in humanity that don't agree. Even if it's one to save your life, will you kill someone who came to save your life? Which brings us back to religion. I was having a conversation with the brother and the sister, and we was talking about religion, and we was talking about Black women and religion, and if Black women are used as a spy or a colonizer of white supremacy, seeing that most Black families produce Black preachers, meaning the mothers. I mean, the Black man gives the seed, but the Black woman gives the birth. What do you all think about that? Do you think that Black women are at the helm of the destruction of the Black man? through religion? Now, granted, once again, you got to ask yourself the question, who gave you the religion? And was it because black mothers stressed upon their sons or uncles or fathers being reverends and Christians because it helped save them? Seeing that Donald Trump and politicians are not going to save you, your Allah, your Jesus, your Yahweh can't save you. We have to save ourselves. And once you understand that you are your own savior versus what they teach you, man, maybe to be a different school of thought for you, okay? A different frame of mind. And right now, I know I'm moving all over the place. I tried to keep it steady and everything, but ideas just keep popping up in my head. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I got a cramp in my neck too. Don't know where that came from, but it's here. But do you think that black women in Christianity is the downfall of black men in America? Seeing that your religion was given to you by an oppressor? Yes, even Islam. There are many messages that Minister Louis Farrakhan has that don't have anything to do with religion. I bring that to you. We got some things up our sleeve, you all. Just keep watching the channel. Here it is. You have all of these black women that's Christian. 70% of black people in America are Christians. And you have 70% of black American families that is headed by one parent, mainly the black woman. Don't you see the relevance in that number? I'm not saying that God don't exist, but I'm saying your Jesus most definitely don't exist. In fact about it, many people read books. I read books. But I mainly learn well on energy as well. Books versus energy, I take energy any day. But books give you a background of what has transpired. Yes, transpired. And I'm not talking about one book either. I'm just saying. Is the black woman, the Christian black woman, is she the downfall of the black man? Seeing that most black Christian women worship Jesus, and the form of Jesus that they gave you was a white man. No wonder my grandfather never went to church. Now, my grandmother used to go all the time. Was the black woman simply trying to save the life of her son? It wasn't the daughter, it was the male that the system had to deal with. And it is still today the very same system, the same machine that is still dealing with the problem that they have in America, which is the black man. Y'all think about that. And while you thinking about that, did you know that the average black person in America, the average black person, African American, has a 0.6869 IQ? Huh? Do the investigation on that. Does your religion equate to your IQ? You want to tell me about God, And I don't care who you are, black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Guatemalan, Mexican, whatever color you are in the crayon box, especially if you are a black Christian woman. You want to expound upon me about God, yet you can't expound upon the anatomy of your own brain. But you want to tell me about God. And that's for anybody out there, not just the black woman, but seeing that we're talking about black women and how many households in the black community is ruled and governed by black women whom mostly are Christians or believe in Jesus, but you want to tell me about Jesus and God, yet you can't tell me about the anatomy of your brain. Am I making any sense to you? Now, they say that the average American IQ score is 97, 99, all the way through 115, the average American. However, with that average American versus the African American IQ, it seems to me that according to the stats and according to the IQ answers and questions that they will give you after asking the question, it seems to me that Americans are on a fifth to sixth, seventh grade level of education in regards to IQ. No wonder it's hard for woke people to talk to many people in society because many people in society have a seventh grade IQ in America. I'm done with you niggas. I'm sick of niggas. I don't care if you're a white nigga, a black nigga, a Chinese nigga, Mexican, meaning that you're ignorant. Ignorant conversations we don't like to have, but we have to engage with such people. But you must remember that black people were made to have a low IQ through the beating of their brain, through slavery, through, rape, through eunuching. Yeah, the removal of the man's balls through fear, through treachery, through deception. But like I say, we all slaves today, okay? I'm just saying. Y'all think about that. The next time you watching Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, you know, what is the IQ of your brain when you entertain yourself with people like this that is not of a good role model, that really doesn't have your good interests at hand? I'm just saying. Is the black woman, Christian woman, an enemy to the black man, seeing that the black Christian woman wants the black man to worship a white Jesus? In this day and age, we know that is all literacy. Anyway, I respect religion in the sense that it keeps you on, it gives you structure. But at a certain point, you move beyond the religion and you gain intelligence. You gain wisdom. Most people jump from religion to religion. Just like those Hebrews, the black Hebrews. Many black Hebrews were Christians before they started waving the flag of Hebrewism. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam is the same thing. I'm just saying. But we got that smoke coming up for you all. Pay attention to the channel. Don't touch that dial. 100. And like I said, if you want to support this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos here on YOUTUBE. Yes, I'm tired as ever. Can't you see my eyeballs? Tired. I've been up since 6 a.m. What about you? So my energy is sort of depleted, but I had to get the message out. And I want to say something else. When I first started my journey on YouTube, my journey was about teaching. It wasn't about money. So that's the roots that I'm going back to. Just to teach it, just for someone to hear me. If the money comes, the money comes. If the subscribers come, they come. But my goal is to teach because someone else takes care of me. Obviously not YouTube, but a higher source, a higher power. Maybe the universe don't want me to be controlled by the YouTube. I don't know. But I'm still on my journey. And in that journey here on YouTube, I have made mistakes. There's a lot of things I don't disagree. There's a lot of things that I disagree with in regards to YouTube and their policies, but it's not my platform. So I'm going to sit back and shut up and do the work. I'm just saying. No problems with me. It's peace with me and YouTube. And for all of those people that's out there that's viewing, everybody that's in the chat room, we got peace too. And like I said, I ask that you share the information. And if you haven't been over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ, go over to that channel where we're doing a lot of traveling. We're going to the Mopop Museum. We're going to the National Civil Rights Museum. We're going to the Black Holocaust Museum. We're going to Florida. We're going to Arizona. We're going to Kansas. We're going to Virginia. We're going to West Virginia. We're going to Connecticut. We're going to New York. We're going to New Jersey. We're going to Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Get yourself over there to MOPOWERZ. And while you're over there, check out those audiobooks that we have left for you. The Black Man of the Nile and His Family, Stolen Legacy, The Destruction of Black Civilization, The Chronological Order from Alchemy to Wicca, The Demonology of King James, The Message to the Black Man in America. We got all of that. From Babylon to Timbuktu, The Miseducation of the Negro, The World's 16 Crucified Saviors, and so much more, along with over 850 more videos on that channel. Get yourself over there after you view this and go check out the information that I just told you about. I promise you that you will learn something, or it will raise a light bulb above your head. Questioning. We got it all over there. And if you are into hip hop, R&B, old school, spoken word, comedy, independent movies, Chicago street clips, go to my other channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE, and find the likes of Mano, Twister, Shauna, Crucial Conflicts, and Dub, JR Valentino, Kayla Flows, Mecca, Mano, Big Taz, Affiliated Fellas, Official Business, Cadillac Seville, Black Money, P-Dub, and a whole lot of others. High Pilot. Go check us out over there. THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE on this Saturday, NIGH. Yeah, NIGHT. Yeah, that's right. I almost thought I misspelled it. And if you are into martial arts, you know, you like to woo wah wah, I'll chop you in half like in 3 moves. Go over to my other channel. Yes, the last channel. Kung Fu Genius Kick Ass. Kung Fu Genius Space Kick Ass. My last channel. Like I say, I'm working on that channel. There's like 7 to 8 videos over there you can entertain yourself with for the moment, but we have more upcoming. So keep watching. That's right. And on your way out the door, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos on YOUTUBE. And also press those condiments to like and to share. Share the information with relatives, friends, coworkers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. And as I always say, never ever give up on your DREAMS. That's my time. Thanks for viewing, you all. See you tomorrow.